Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Milos' story. Now, for Milos, a lot of things have been happening off camera. You've been going to class, you've been studying, you've been training with your group, and I'd like to know what you've been prioritizing.
Um, as far as prioritizing, you mean between those things or as a group?
Milos in particular. What has Milos been focusing on? Has it been his studies? Has it been training for the festival? Has it been stuff around town? Has it been making money? What has Milos been
Um,
focusing on?
I think he's been focusing mainly on his studies. I know he wanted to work with Elise on maybe getting learning some persuasion. But I also think that he has been working on working with his team to be
Okay. Then do me a favor
so
and just roll me a
like
flat
rating
d20.
priorities. I would say one and then two if you get me flat d20. Got it.
Yes. That's a good roll. Okay. So, for the sake of argument, and for the fact that we are beginning the Fall Festival today, as you awaken at Sunday, and you've been preparing for this festival for weeks, with an 18, you and your team have had some success practicing. Um, you've had some success in your studies with Elise. You've been performing well, just in general. As you've been doing so, it is the morning before the Fall Festival, and I'd love to know, do you think Milos would sleep well, or would he be suffering from some anxiety from the day
Um,
of
yeah,
trial?
there's no there he's suffering from some anxiety. I mean, this is something that he's been working toward. There's pressure. Uh he has he's a bit of an anxious noodle. Not not all the time, but
Do you think enough that he needs a wisdom saving throw to sleep?
I think that I think that it would be fair to give him a wisdom save
Okay. Give me a DC
to see
10
how he
wisdom save.
sleeps. Okay. Let me just make sure that my yeah. That is a natural one.
So it is. You have a rough night, Milos.
It was a rough night
You unfortunately awaken for the Fall Festival, and you
and
are
exhausted.
suffering an exhaustion point.
How it go?
Don't worry, you're not the only one. But as you
I
awaken, you probably sleep in a little bit, and you are awakened at 8 o'clock by a bell in your room. It's
oh,
never one you've heard before.
what is that?
You hear a familiar voice in your mind. All students who have slept in and intend to join the Fall Festival, please report to the mess hall for summations and breakfast. And then Tabernac's voice disappears.
Uh, Milos will get up quickly, just sort of fumble into gear, splash water on his face, and head to the mess hall.
Okay. As you head to the mess hall, the Merigard Academy is crammed. It is the busiest you've ever seen it. The halls are filled with students and contractors alike, and you see adventurers that you've never seen before. You see people that are wearing armor and carry weapons that are rich with magic. They look as though they carry small fortunes on their back. In fact, the sort of weapons and armor that you see made of mithril and adamantine and exotic materials that you have heard of in the mines, but you've never seen them in person. Occasionally, an instructor has a very nice piece of equipment on, but nothing like this. There's a lot of them, and as you finally make your way into the mess hall, you see that your team is organized around one of the tables, and they have breakfast in front of them. And you see at the far side of the room, the counter where breakfast is normally set out is laden with anything you can think of for breakfast. They're on wide platters and deep bowls filled with fruit and eggs and potatoes and ham steaks and what look like crumb staked pork
Um,
things with gravy. It's a very, very hearty breakfast. The other thing you notice is that Persh is not at the desk.
Oh, wow.
So, if you get breakfast, you
Yeah.
will gain 10 temporary hit points from it.
Oh, good. Let's just add those. No, stop. There we go. 10 temporary hit points.
Okay. As you
Milos will
join your
gather up
group.
ham steak and eggs and coffee, which is critical.
You mean Clava.
Yes, you know what I
You
meant.
could
Caffeine.
choose coffee instead if you want.
I don't know why you would ever choose coffee when you could have clava.
Fair.
So he'll gather up breakfast and quickly go to join the others. He'll be like, sorry, I don't usually oversleep.
Good morning. You see
Morning.
Stark is currently has a piece of toast with an egg on it, and he's looking at you and says, "You look like you did not sleep at all."
I got some eventually. I mean, I've had better nights.
Well, let's hope that does not affect your performance, Sabratha says from next to him.
I will hope that.
Are you feeling well? Do I need to look you over?
You could look me over. I'm not sick. I just didn't get much sleep.
Understood. Kelly has a book open as she's eating breakfast and doesn't notice that you're here. You do see Skolna, who is seated next to you. You don't know when she appeared or if she was there already. You're not sure. She gently shoves an apple over to you.
Thanks.
She nods.
Milos will eat it.
Doesn't taste special. It's just an apple.
Nope, just an apple. He's not going to turn down the offer, though.
As you have arranged yourself with your team, there's not much time before suddenly Persh stands atop the small stage in the front of the mess hall, and everyone falls quiet instantly. As Persh says, "Welcome, everyone, to the 71st Fall Festival. We are all pleased to have you here. But before anything else, I needed to lay down some ground rules. First and foremost, this is a celebration. There will be no executions, no maiming, no disfiguring, no intentional, purposeful harm of anyone else during the Fall Festival. While we hope that you do play to win, we do not want anyone going overboard." There seems to be a general consensus of nodding throughout the mess hall. And then Persh continues, and he says, "Each of you will be assigned a totem. Your team will have one authentic totem, and everyone else will have what we like to call fake totems. Your totems must be worn where they can be seen clearly and reached for. They do not have to be easy to acquire, but they must be visible from someone else from the outside. When your team's authentic totem is taken, your team is immediately teleported out of the Fall Festival, and you have lost. You are considered disqualified. Additionally, the sanctioned areas of Ferrum that are cordoned off by ropes are where the Fall Festival will take place, and should any member of your team step outside the cordoned area, your team will be immediately disqualified, and you will be pulled out of the Fall Festival. So no getting cheeky trying to pass through alleys that are outside the ropes. There are 3 locations throughout Ferrum that have volunteered their services to serve as safe havens for you during the Fall Festival. The first is the Temple Drunmir, down by the market. The second is the Griffin's Bag, run by Glass. He looks forward to seeing you. I have a note here saying you can expect marshmallow rice cakes when you arrive. And then the last being the Physicary. You can only visit each of these places once. You are allowed safe haven for an hour at each one, and then you are to be kicked out. Fall Festival begins at 12 noon, and Fall Festival ends at 12 midnight. I expect to see fair play, tactics, and maybe some funny moments from the rest of you. I hope you all have a good time at the Fall Festival. You have plenty of time to prepare, and good luck." Any questions? And the hall is silent as Persh looks out over everybody. And he just says, "Happy fall to you." And then he climbs down off the stage. And tentatively at first, but eventually, the room begins to fill with chatter once again. And Stoic
Did you?
says, "I was hoping maybe we could hide our totems, but clearly not."
Well, it makes sense that there's a dummy,
Yeah.
so that at least you don't necessarily know who's got the real one.
Callie looks up. She's been paying attention now, and she says, "Oh, hey, Milos. When did you
Hey,
arrive?"
Kelly. Not long ago.
Okay, I'm sorry I missed. Uh, I have some
Yeah.
I have some news.
Oh.
I heard through the grapevine, um, that Maxwell's going to be out in the festival. The rogue instructor.
Um, as a as a monster?
I think he's supposed to try and. From what I understand, he's not taking anybody's real totems, but he might be trying to take the fake ones just to make things more difficult for us.
Well,
You
that's
see Skolna, her face like is slightly paler purple.
right.
But Calais continues on to say, "But I heard that he carries a totem that's a special one and worth like 5 totems.
I imagine so.
So if we could get his, could you imagine?"
You want to hunt the big game, huh, Callie?
Aye, well, maybe not hunt him, but if we come across him, I wouldn't say we wouldn't try.
I would definitely rather take his than, lose, but that he's pretty. I mean, that seems like it would be pretty challenging. I'm not saying no, just we got to be cautious.
Skolna says, "If we can catch him in one of my traps, that would be feasible. But you don't know how fast Maxwell is."
I suspect that he is faster than me.
And
So,
me.
yeah. Uh, Milos laughs and kind of rubs at his beard and says, "It's an interesting wrinkle, anyways."
You can say that again. Skolna's like looking down at her plate, and she looks nervous. All right, so as you're sitting here out at breakfast, Stoic says, "I realize we have some perfectly skilled healers on our hands, but perhaps we should stop by the bag and get some potions."
That seems like a good idea. We can only. Do you mean before?
Yeah. Well, we still before the festival begins, you know. Maybe also any other equipment, maybe some spell scrolls for little Callie here, or you know.
Um,
How much money do we have to spare? I have some gold. I can pitch toward potions.
I have. I have some funds. I did well in a free agency and have a little extra cash. Um, so we could definitely afford some potions, maybe some scrolls.
Do we have a also an idea of how we want to handle ourselves? Are we going to try to be sneaky, or are we just going to try and pull over people we find? Do we have any plans as far as that goes?
I think the best thing that we can try to do is to cooperate, to use our strengths as best we can, try to control battlefields as we get to them, so to speak. Because, for example, Skolna obviously gonna be real good at stealth, but me not so much. So,
Me
and
neither.
same with you, Stoic. Yeah. So, if I think I also, but I also don't think that we're just gonna like Stoic and Callie. You can both pack pretty hard wallops, but we want to make sure that um basically, I think we just need to try to be as balanced as we can and to really pay attention to the ground that we're moving over and what our situations are so that we can take advantage of environments.
Sabratha chirps up and she says, "Also, we have to be out there for 12 hours. This is going to be an endurance run as much as anything else.
Definitely.
And I don't know about you, but I don't get much from a short break."
I don't get much from a short break either.
Stoic also nods and says, "Me neither. We'll have to be careful what we use and when."
Yeah. Um I have I can mold earth or shoot um my boulder blast basically as much as anything, but I don't have that much powerful magics beyond that
So
that I can use.
shall we save our big things for when we find,
Maxwell?
yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah,
maybe something else big. I don't know what else is going to be out there. Does anybody else have any ideas?
could be anything. Um Echo, would there, like, what kind of rumors would Milos have overheard over the course of the past however long it's been off camera?
Roll
Like,
me
could
a
I roll
general charisma.
charisma?
It's possible you might have picked up some background information as to what you might
Oh,
find.
should this be at disadvantage?
You are, well, this is a post roll, so this
Yeah,
isn't
okay.
what you're rolling right now. This is for how you've been listening to and talking to people in the past. With
Okay.
a 23, you would have heard of some things. You would have heard, there's going to be a lot of contractors, obviously.
Mhm.
You would have heard gnolls, ogres, ambush drakes, a couple rumors maybe about a sea hag even.
Ooh. Milos will share with the class.
Callie says, "Oh, if we see a sea hag, I'm lighting her the fuck up. I am not playing around with one of them."
I ran into a hag and it was pretty frightening. I don't know if that's quite the same, but it.
Was it a sea hag? Did it have like long claws and try to blind you
Uh,
and stuff?
I mean, it. Out of character, I don't think it was a sea hag. I
It
think it
was
was
not a
just
sea hag.
It was a hag. It wasn't a sea hag. It was a hag. It was just spooky.
Well, sea hags they're not the strongest, but they're terrible and cruel, and they're fast.
Yeah.
And as you're talking about it, Stoic says, "I have not had the chance to go toe to toe with an ogre. I admit I am curious. We hear stories about them back home, as enemies of the giants and such, but
I admit I heard a few of those stories myself, but I never imagined I would even try to go toe to toe with one.
well, now we have the opportunity. Why would we pass it up?"
Right. Why? Who knows? Who knows why?
Breza is with us, my friend. We'll be fine.
Praise be.
Do we want to make our way? I mean, I've eaten plenty. Do we want to head down to the Griffin's Back and see what we can find?
We just finished this clava, and yeah, let's head there. I expect they're going to be absolutely slammed.
Probably. What's the worst that could happen? They won't have any potions. That would be the worst.
That would be the worst that could happen.
Let's hope against that. And
Yeah.
your team makes their way down toward the Griffin's Bag. As you do, the streets of Ferrum are similarly packed. You do see that down the main street there are these ropes that are cordoned up, lining down the main road up all the way to the gate. But you see they hang low, easy for people to walk over. And there are many vendors calling out their wares and sugary treats and pastries trying to get customers, as the Fall Festival is, at the moment, just a festival. As there are games being played, people are cheering and laughing. Everyone seems excited for the Fall Festival, the big deal for Ferrum that it is. And as
Doesn't it make you wonder about how the comedy hijinks that Persh was talking about, what terrible nonsense he's expecting from us.
I am curious what could happen between people trying to beat the shit out of each other. That would be funny, but I guess it will be spectated, so maybe we'll find out after. As you all make your way down toward the Griffin's Bag, there are so many people packed into the town, there's no chance for a random encounter. It's just crowds moving in all directions.
Yeah.
When you arrive at the Griffin's Bag, Glass is happily surrounded by customers and his own employees as it is packed. And when Glass sees you all enter, he says, "Good morning. I am so pleased to see you all.
Good morning.
How can I help you?"
Need to supply for
Of course, you're
the
part of the
coming
festival.
storm. We sure are.
Well, business is booming. I assume you're here for some potions, yes? I took in the huge shipment yesterday, preparing just for today.
Great.
How many are you hoping for? Stoic looks down at you and says, 2 each?
If we can get 2 each, that how much would that come to?
For 10 potions. Well, each potion is 50 gold pieces, so if you have 500 gold amongst you all. And the party begins shifting through their coins and...
out of character, I think that Milos probably would have bought the language primer already, like, during the period of time that was before this.
Sure.
How much was that again? I'll just take it from his gold so that I know how much he's dealing with right now.
Well, I'm rolling to see how much gold your party has to front for potions, because they're buying them too.
Sure.
For the most part, each party member can buy their own potions, except for poor Callie, unfortunately, has only 35 gold to her name.
I can cover hers. Milos has 600 gold in his pocket before I figure out how much he spent on the primer.
Well, the primer's like 15 gold.
Okay, so I'll take that out.
Okay.
15.
So if
and
you're
then,
going to buy Callie's potions too...
so I'll get 200 gold worth of potions.
And she will give you the 35 gold that she has.
Oh, okay. So I'll just remove 200 and then add 35, because that's how I math.
Sure. But make a note, each party member has 2 standard healing potions.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can get for you? Perhaps spell scrolls, equipment, cloaks of Elvenkind? They are going like hotcakes too.
I bet. How about, could we get a scroll of grease?
Oh yes, that's a cheap one. 50 gold pieces.
50 gold for a scroll of grease, okay.
I have a few of those if you'd like more than one. I also have scrolls of ice knife and web, if those are of your trap-laying needs and desires.
How much for those?
Ice knife is 75 gold pieces. Web is 100 gold pieces, as it is a more powerful spell.
Okay. I will get... let's get one of each of those.
Okay, so you have 1 web, 1 ice knife, and
one
grease.
grease. I'm just taking all that money out. All right. Okay. Is there anything else we need?
They're looking about, and unless you want to get more consumables, or if you have an idea for equipment in mind that you can afford. No?
What if... Just casually glancing at spells, like... If there's any other... Scrolls, maybe, or... No, I don't think so.
If you are interested in looking into scrolls, we do have 1 last scroll of Tiny Hut, which can be very helpful.
Oh, man.
That one is a little more expensive, though. It is
Well, that
180 gold pieces.
I could probably buy it, but the thing is that we don't want to just spend the whole festival hiding in a hut. But I guess the way that spell works, the person who casts has to stay inside, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we could make a shelter for ourselves to rest, but
I do warn you, I imagine if the festival managers see a tiny hut just sitting there for hours, they will likely
yeah,
deal with
they
you.
will. I would expect so. Um, yeah, I think I'll skip it. I think that I can see some utility for it, but we're not going to be able to get a long rest during this, so
I should hope not. That will be boring to watch.
it would be very boring for the spectators, and I don't see it as I think we have what we need. I don't have any other thoughts about um I think we have what we need here.
Then I look forward to seeing you later on during the festival. And don't forget, I have marshmallow rice snacks here. They're still in the oven. So,
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
an old recipe of mine. I wish you all good luck. Hmm?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And maybe
All right.
try to get some more sleep. Hmm? You look a little beat up.
Yeah, I know.
All right. And then Glass turns to help other customers. You have purchased some supplies.
All right. Yeah, I think that's a good start. I'm gonna give the. I feel like I should give the. Feel like I should distribute some of this stuff, like give web to
So
Skulna.
you don't have to orchestrate who's carrying
Oh,
what.
okay. That's fine then. We will have access to these materials when we need them. Everyone has 2 potions. We've got
Correct.
a grease, an ice knife, and a web. Excellent. Okay.
So,
Just gonna make
as
a
you
note
have
here.
purchased your supplies, and you moved back out into Farum, as things progress, suddenly there is a purple swirl of energy, and the sorcerer instructor, Amila Dorn, steps out of it. Hello. Good
Oh,
morning.
hello.
You see that she has her hands full of these necklaces, and she looks at your team and she's like separating them out. She says, I am pleased to see that you all will be partaking in our fall festival. And she hands you 5 necklaces, each one with a symbol of the Merryguard on it. And she points to one, the first one she hands you, and she says, this is your authentic totem. Be aware, if it is taken from whoever is wearing it, your team will immediately be teleported out of the festival, and you will have lost. These 4 are fakes, but they look near identical. And she hands them to you.
Thanks.
I wish you all luck. And then she
Appreciate
steps
it.
back into another purple swirl of energy, and she's gone.
Well, here are the goods.
Who do we want to wear the hot cake? And as you
Well,
look at them, you see that the only difference between the authentic, quote-unquote, totem and the dummies is that the authentic one has 3 very small lines coming out of the rose at the center of the totem, like the stamens of a flower. It's very subtle. You'd have to look real close to
you have
see
to
it.
be really up close and personal with it. Well, my first instinct was to give it to Skolna because no one can see her.
That is not a
But
bad idea. And Skolna nods.
the only other thought I have would be to put it on someone who would be really hard to take down. But I think that Stoic, you're going to be drawing enough fire as it is.
I do plan to be in the thick of it, yes.
So, well, if it's not to say that Skolna isn't going to be up in there stabbing someone, but I feel like once once you're in the thick of it, Skolna, the rest of us may be in danger anyway.
Sabratha
So
speaks up and says, "Perhaps after we see how these fights go and see if Skolna's drawing attention, maybe we swap who's carrying it.
yeah, I don't think there's a rule that says that we can't.
I can be quite slippery when I need to be."
I can become small. That's not usually what I do. I usually do the other thing. But
I have not seen you do that, no.
no, usually I become big instead.
I think.
A little bit more utility
Agreed.
when you're not actually hiding. Okay. So that's our starter plan, I guess.
So you have Skolna wearing the authentic totem.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. And you should make a note of it as well.
Yeah.
And as you've like sorted out who's wearing the totems, you suddenly hear Tabernac's voice ring out over the town as he says, "Let the 71st Fall Festival begin."
Oh, already. All right.
And as the ropes pull up tight, you see suddenly this blue energy from all sides of the ropes. And it's as though there is this field of force dividing the main street from the spectators. You can see through the field there are people looking out at you all. Some of them have drinks and snacks. They're all very excited to see how this handles. You notice you can't hear them. You can see them talking and shouting and jeering, but it is silent.
That's probably a good thing that we can't hear the looky loos
Probably.
or get distracted by people trying to sell us sugar things. Anyway.
It's a shame. I could have really gone for a trolley kick.
Well, we'll get glasses stuff later, but yeah, let's
So, the
where
way
are we?
this is... Don't worry about it. The way
Oh,
this
okay.
works, there are 3 roles. Each of them is very important. The first role is which section of the town do you have an encounter in. The
Okay.
second role is which side has advantage over the other.
Oh no. Okay.
And then the third role is what it is that you are encountering. So, first, please roll me a d6.
2.
Okay. Please roll me a d4.
I'm really glad I don't have disadvantage on like world defining.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
It doesn't make any sense. 3.
Unfortunately, you are at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Whoever it is that you're encountering has the advantage on you. So I need you to roll me a d20, please. 17. Interesting. Okay. This one will require me a moment setup.
Okay, I'll grab a drink while you're doing that.
Okay.
The music is pretty epic.
I'm glad you think so. All right. So. That is interesting.
Oh, no.
You rolled a cool thing. That's,
Oh boy.
could be worse. Could have rolled
Okay.
a dumb thing. Okay. I have your encounter. All right. So, your team, you are carefully navigating your way between buildings. It is when you're on the main street that, as you're making your way through a narrow alley, suddenly you hear an unsettling. And then I need, hang on, I need to make a roll here at advantage. Okay. Stoic and Callie are suddenly slammed and are knocked down into the side by an enormous, disgusting black sludge
Whoa.
that slams down onto them. And here is your encounter. Here's what it looks like. Zoom in if you'd like. A black pudding has just fallen from the roof.
Oh my
and
god.
crashed down onto the two of them. I need to roll damage for the attack because it gets a surprise round on the two of them. Okay. Callie. Oh, I forgot to give temp HP to everybody. Hold on. Everybody got 10 temp HP. You should have as well, by the way.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
From breakfast. Delicious ham steaks.
Before anything else, please also roll me initiative. Let me go ahead and get the
I have
tracker up.
disadvantage on skills and everything, but I think because of the quaba, I am just a straight roll.
For this hour, yes.
For
You're
this
straight roll.
hour? Okay. Okay. Waste of a natural 20.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, hold on. Normal.
Could have been worse.
Okay, Skolna rolled really well. All right. Well, for the surprise round, this black pudding slams into both Callie and Stoic, and as it does, they each take 21 points of damage.
Ooh.
It's a black pudding. It hurts.
Yeah. Are they underneath it on the screen? Okay, yeah.
Yes. So Callie is half health immediately as a wizard. And Stoic, you hear him get pushed to the side. He says, "Ugh, what's in the Nine Hills?" But that's a surprise round. It just and makes those attacks. We now begin combat. Skolna is first. You see that the black pudding, you don't see a totem on it.
Mm.
Not obviously. Maybe it's in it. Maybe it's something else. Skolna's up. What would you have Skolna do? I have a suspicion, but...
Is the black pudding something that she... I mean, stab it, right?
Sure, she can stab it,
Stab it. Stab it.
Okay. She does not have to move at all. She
Yeah.
thrusts with her rapier. Technically, Stoic would grant flanking, so she has advantage.
Oh, good.
It's a 21 to hit. Its AC is 7, so you're going to hit it. She deals... she rolled real good. She deals 22 points of piercing damage.
Very good.
And Skolna, she's going to look both ways. She's going to look for a way to get another angle, and there really isn't one. So she will just bonus action disengage, so she's not in melee.
Yeah.
And that's her turn. It's now your turn, Milos.
Okay. Well, I am also right up here in the grill of this
Yeah.
thing. And I don't actually think that that Eldritch, like, I don't want to. Well, no, everything I do is going to be at disadvantage.
Your attack rolls are not at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Just ability checks.
That's right. That's right. Attack rolls aren't at disadvantage until you get more points of exhaustion. Okay.
Correct.
I think I'm gonna move back and provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Um,
Hold on, I forgot to deal 4 points of acid damage to Skolna for making a melee attack. Okay. Go ahead. You back up, and it
yeah.
will take a reaction to slap you with a pseudopod.
Gross.
It's gross. It's like a big black tentacle just lashes out and tries to slam you. That's a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, you managed to dodge it.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast with my Boulder Blast.
Okay. Do you hex? Do you have hex?
I do have Hex, but I don't want to spend a spell slot.
Okay. Its AC is 7.
And I rolled shit. So
Its AC is
I rolled
7.
shit, but its AC is 7, so that hits. Okay, great.
Yeah, it is the easiest thing in the world to hit. 4 points of force damage. Okay.
4 points of force damage. Yeah. I don't think looking at bonus actions. Yeah, I don't think I have a bonus action I want to do since I decided I didn't want to use the spell slot on the first thing.
Okay.
So, that's my turn.
All right. It's now its turn. It's in melee with Callie and Stoic. I'm going to roll to see which one it will go for. Odds is Callie. I roll a 4. It's going to go for Stoic. It makes a pseudopod attack on Stoic. It's got a lot of AC to beat, but it might roll okay. Let's see. It rolled a 19 to hit. I think that misses Stoic. Nope, it does hit. Stoic is not using a shield.
Right.
So it slams Stoic with its pseudopod and deals 17 points of damage.
Ow.
It's a black pudding. These things
Yeah.
hurt. You see Stoic recoils from the blow, but that's its turn.
Oh.
It's now Sabratha's turn. Sabratha, seeing Stoic take this heavy hit, she is wanting to cure wounds, but she will, if you have another idea.
No, she should cure wounds. Just hopefully she can do it without leaving the range.
Yeah,
of the
she
thing.
just runs around to it.
Good.
She casts cure wounds.
Because that was a big owie.
Yes. She rolled real good. Stoic heals for 12. He's back above half. And then Sabratha, as a bonus action, I don't think she'll do anything. I think she will stay there. She just kind of readies her shield. It's now Callie's turn. Callie says, "It's a black pudding. Don't use slashing or lightning, or it'll split." Ugh! And she tries to pull herself out from underneath it. She will at least get out from directly underneath it. And she is going to... What is she going to do? She will firebolt it.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you have a cantrip.
It is a disadvantage because it's so close, but its AC is super low. Yeah, it's a 13 to hit, which hits. Damage. Ooh, she rolls a 10. She deals 10 points of fire damage to this pudding. That was a good hit.
Nice burn.
Thanks. Fuck. And I think she will bonus action drink a potion. Because she's hurting. So
that's why we bought those.
2d4 plus 2. She heals... She heals for 9. The dice gods are with you at the moment.
For now.
It's now Stoic's turn. Stoic hears her say no slashing, and you can almost feel him wince as he's got this great sword on his back. Okay. Uh. All right.
No, yeah. What do you do without slashing? What do you got, man?
Um.
Um,
He, like, puts the great sword away and draws the short sword from his belt and just thrusts with it as a pierce because it does do
piercing
piercing
weapon.
damage.
Yeah.
That's what he's
This
got.
moment, just like deep confusion of like, no slashing. Yeah, I hear
Uh,
you.
and Stoic, natural 20s.
Mm,
Okay,
beautiful.
he's going to smite because it's a natural
Cause
20.
yeah, and
Um,
f that thing.
yeah, it's hurting. So he casts Divine Smite and damage with crit. So it's 13 piercing base plus 2d8. Okay. Plus 16. Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's 24 plus 13. 37 points of damage in one
Beautiful.
hit. And as he like yanks the short sword back out, he says, "That is for jumping on me." And that's Stoic's turn.
Ah, that was cool.
Now it is Skolna's turn. Skolna will leap down, dart forward with the rapier. Will thrust with it. She has advantage from flanking from Sabratha. That's a natural 17. This is a 23. It doesn't really matter. It will hit. She basically has to nat 1 to not hit. But plus sneak attacks, 10 plus... She deals 18 points of piercing damage. This black pudding is brought to 0 hit points, which means suddenly it changes. The black pudding vanishes. And in its place, you see there is this blue, almost glowing snake-like creature with wings that seems to emerge around the point of Skolna's rapier. And as it floats there, it says, "Well done. I have been assigned to pass this trinket on to those who would best my alternate forms." And as it drops its head, this totem drifts over its scales. Why don't you roll me an Arcana check or a Nature check?
I am not proficient in either of those. Does it matter?
No, you can roll either.
Okay.
It's basically just a straight intelligence roll then.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't know what this is. But you hear Stoic say, "A coatl?" As it drops the totem over its head and it falls to the ground, the creature vanishes as it is teleported out of the festival.
Huh.
And you have succeeded your first encounter.
That was a very well. The big black thing wasn't great, but the
Stoic is like, that was a coatl.
I don't.
They're holy guardians.
Oh.
How did... You see
Uh,
Stoic is at a loss for words.
completely polacked.
Skolna leans down and picks up the totem.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it seemed pretty cool.
They are creatures entrusted by the gods to protect things. So, the fact that one is here, acting as a Fall Festival monster, perhaps this is a ceremony sanctioned by a god? I don't know which one. Probably Vion, if I had to guess. And Skolna says, "Does it matter? We got..." And she's like spinning the totem around on one finger.
Yeah, no, that's great. You're looking a little wounded there still, Stoic. Do you need to...
Give me a minute. And he will lay on hands himself for 15.
Oh, all right.
He has more of that, so
Yeah.
he
All
kind
right.
of rolls his shoulders and says, That will hurt."
Yeah, that giant thing coming out of nowhere, just landing on you guys. Woof.
Okay, let's be careful where we walk. And hope we can
Definitely.
get the jump in the future.
That would be good.
And so, as you've successfully completed your first encounter, we go back to the map as we prepare the second one. Roll me a d6.
Okay, I guess we didn't get far.
No, you sure did not. Same area. Roll me a d4. You have the jump this time. You have advantage on someone. Roll me a d20. Let's
20?
see who it is that you have advantage on. 18.
First 17, then 18.
Interesting. Okay, so the way we work with these advantages is that you have the advantage in this encounter, and you can describe to me what that advantage is. You can have a surprise round on something. You can have a chance to get caught by a trap. You can give me another example. Like if you have something, those are the two ones that are the most common. Is you have a surprise round, or it can get stuck in a trap that you've planted. At least it has a chance to.
Another idea that I had was because Milos was focused on keeping track of the environment and just looking around, being able to use resources around them, like maybe getting behind ground on something or.
Sure, you can climb up onto a roof.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be a surprise round.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Okay, so in this case, all of you are climbed up onto a roof nearby, looking over the main street. And it is Callie who points out to you where this thing is. And I would like you to please roll stealth for your party. Now, the way this is going to work, your party bonus from training is a +3, because you only had a couple times to practice and you focused on stealth.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, your whole party is going to roll stealth, including you. I'm going to average all the stealth rolls and then add 3 to it.
Okay. So Milos is at disadvantage.
Yes.
So let me just.
Unfortunately.
So it go. That's a 6.
Okay. Plus what? Or is it a 6?
No, it's a 4 plus 2 is 6. Because
Okay.
it was a disadvantage.
Okay. Well, no worries, because Stoic actually rolled a natural 20.
Yay!
But he is a
Good job,
disadvantage.
Stoic.
Hold on, because of his armor.
Great.
Okay, he rolled a 15.
Okay.
And then Sabratha rolled good. Skolna is invisible. And Callie rolled a 2.
Okay, Callie and I not good at being. Okay, so
Turns
the
out.
average.
I got it. Hold on. So that's. Okay. The 2 and yours definitely hinder it a bit, but your average stealth is about a 17.
Okay.
Which is not terrible.
Plus 3?
That's with the +3.
Oh, that's with the +3. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Got it.
That being said, I'm going to give this creature a chance to see you. It's not got any bonuses to perception. Okay. It does not see you. Period. So you have a surprise round. So what this looks like is, in this case, you guys are on top of this roof. This is inappropriate music for a surprise round. Okay, so I'm going to show you the map, show you the encounter, as all of you are up here. And the creature, it's weird. You've never seen anything like this before. It looks as though it is mechanical, like a construct, but you do see a totem hanging around its neck as it makes its way out from this alley. It is a large iron snake that seems to wind its way, its scales climbing over the cobbles. And as it does, when it reaches here, roll me initiative.
All right, and we're not in the first hour anymore.
No, you still are.
Oh, okay.
This is the first 20 minutes.
What the fuck? Milos has now crit 2 initiatives.
That's a good thing.
I mean, that's kind of silly.
So, this is going to really illustrate just how valuable having the advantage can be. Because it's your turn, Milos. You have a surprise round. This creature is surprised. It did not know you were there. What do you do?
Okay. Looking at... Do we know anything about... Like, I don't know anything about this thing. So, I feel like my Eldritch Blast is, like, not the most effective thing to do at the start of a fight. But I don't have another idea. Let's see.
You can try to roll, but the thing is that I don't think you would have a clue what this is.
No,
Period.
no,
You're not
Milos has no
proficient.
idea. I'm not proficient, and it's a robot snake. I don't fucking know anything. So, I'm just gonna go to the edge of the roof.
It is this large metal snake that you can see. It has... Its mouth is almost like permanently open, but you can see at a glance there's almost like this tube in its mouth that looks like it's meant to shoot something out of it. It's a strange looking construct. You really have not seen anything like it.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your spell attack.
Aww.
A
That's not
10.
good.
A 10 does
Yeah.
not hit.
No.
Okay.
So-
You have advantage because it's surprised.
Oh, okay. I will roll it again just to see if it
I realize you did not roll with advantage.
did not roll with advantage. It's not better. Whew.
No.
The dice have failed Milos here. So yeah,
The
he
Eldritch
just
Blast
takes the shot.
slams into the stone next to the snake. It whips around, looking for the source of it. It has no idea where that came from. It's now Callie's turn. Callie will run up to the edge of the roof. She looks down at it. She will hurl a firebolt. No sense in wasting a spell slot when she doesn't need to. Let's see. A 16 does hit. So,
Yay.
the mote of fire goes hurtling down towards the creature, and it deals 7 points of fire damage. You notice this thing looks like it's got a good pile of hit points. That doesn't look like it did very much.
It's
It looks
big.
like it did full damage. It just has a lot of
It's
health.
big. Yeah.
It's now Skolna's turn.
It's a snake tank.
Yeah. Skolna will lean out from the side next to Callie and loose an arrow from her short bow. Having sneak attack from surprise. Yeah, 22 hits. She deals 17 points of piercing damage. It doesn't seem resistant to the damage. Goes straight through. Just is chunky. Next, Sabratha. Sabratha will run down next to you, the lowest part of the roof. And she will hold her hand out. Why doesn't she have... Okay, she will cast Sacred Flame. Which I need a dex save from this Cobra. The Cobra rolled a 9, which fails. Okay. One moment, please. Actually, she doesn't have Sacred Flame. She has Toll the Dead. So it's a wisdom save. I'll just use the same dice roll. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it fails.
Well, dead.
So she deals a d12. She deals 7 points of damage to it. It is not immune.
Bong.
Yeah. The barrage of magic just slamming into this Cobra. It is so just startled at what's happening. And Stoic will run up and throws a javelin.
Yeah.
Them simple men. Throws javelin.
There's a problem with bringing a paladin at range. That's all right.
It's a 23 to hit. He absolutely
Yeah.
hits. And that's 10 points of piercing damage. Okay. That is the end of the surprise round. This clockwork cobra is just shy of half health, as it is your turn, Milos. What do you do?
I'm gonna do another boulder blast.
Okay.
I for flavor, I'm trying to aim for its head. Milos doesn't like that tube,
That's
but
fair.
we'll see. We'll see.
Now, is this a called shot on the tube, or are you just aiming for the head?
I'm just aiming for the head. Like,
Okay.
my dice are not kind enough for me to feel like I should do a called shot here.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast.
That's a 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
That's pretty good. 8.
Yeah, 8 points of force damage.
8 points of force damage.
The boulder poof, slams into the creature's head with a loud metallic ping, and it looks dizzied. It is now below half health. Anything else in your turn?
Nope. I'm good. I'll stay right here.
Callie's turn. Callie looks down at this thing that has taken all of these blows. She just decides to just throw another fireball. That's a 16 to hit, which still hits. That's the same thing she rolled last time. And she deals 5 points of fire damage. Next is Skolna's turn. What will you have Skolna do?
Well, she doesn't have sneak attack anymore.
Not without hiding or being creative.
Can she break line of sight?
This roof is steepled, so if she gets down to this point, yes, she will have broken line of sight.
Yeah, if she can get down there and then use her bonus action to hide.
Okay, one moment.
And then...
Rolling stealth. Yeah, she rolled a 26 on stealth.
Then she can edge forward again and take another shot with the sneak attack.
So, okay. She will peek out over here.
Yeah.
Attack with advantage. She rolled a 21 to hit. And she deals 17 points of piercing damage again.
Nice.
She seems to like to deal that amount of damage. And then she will back up here. And that's her turn. Sabratha. What would you have Sabratha do?
Toll the Dead again. It's starting to look pretty
Yeah?
rough.
She can try it. Alright, let me roll its wisdom save. It rolled a 15. It successfully saves, finally.
Aw, okay. That's the trouble with Saber Suck.
Yep. And that is Sabratha's... Well, she could move, but... I think she likes having the high ground here. She will stay put. It's now the Iron Cobra's turn. It has no sense of fear or morality, so it is going to attack. And it's going to use its spit attack.
Makes sense since we're all up here. It's not like it's...
Let's see who it hits. Okay. I'm going to roll a d4. It is shooting at Callie.
Oh, no.
That was a 20 to hit. I need a con save from Callie Toothspring.
Dang it.
Callie fails the con save with a 12. The DC was 13. I need to roll a d6. Okay. Callie suffers the effects of confusion.
Oh, no.
She takes 7 points of piercing damage, and the poison makes her... and you see like her eyes are clouded over as she whips around. Let me see what it does. Okay. Callie will use her reaction to make a weapon attack against a random creature it can see within 30 feet of it. I will roll to see... It can hit it. It can see everybody, so I'm going to have Callie roll a d6. Okay, she hits Stoic. So Callie swings her dagger that she has in her offhand at Stoic. The dagger scrapes off of Stoic's armor, and Stoic looks over and says, "Hey, what the hell?" Callie is too confused to know what the hell is going on. That is what happens on the Cobra's turn.
Okay.
It's now Stoic's turn. I'm going to have Stoic roll an insight check.
What just happened?
He seems confused, but he says, "Oi, Callie is acting weird. I think the snake did something to her." And he will what will he do? I think he's just going to throw a javelin at the Cobra. I don't think he's going to do anything about Callie. Unless you have another idea.
I don't have an idea for how to cure I don't have anything that can cure confusion, so.
No. With a 15, that is the Cobra's AC. The javelin hits.
Ooh.
Okay, takes 9 points of piercing damage. The Cobra's looking real bad. It's now your turn, Milos.
Milos is gonna head over to Callie, and he's just gonna try to grapple her. Just hold on to her so that she can't hurt herself or others.
Okay, so you grapple her.
Yeah.
She is resisting at the moment, so it's going to be an athletics contest versus her acrobatics.
Right, so this could be funny because I'm at disadvantage, but that's what he's going to try to do.
Noted. Yes, give it a shot. You need to beat a 15.
Looks like it's a 20.
Yeah, you do. You have her grappled.
Okay,
Her movement
so
speed is 0.
That's what he's going to just on hit. So what he's just trying to restrain her from, walking off the roof or trying to stab Stoic or whatever.
It is now Callie's turn. She is confused. I'm going to roll a con save for her. She fails again with an 11, which means I need to roll a d6 to see what happens. She needs to make an attack on a random creature within her range. Her movement speed is 0, so I'm going to roll a d2. Odds are Stoic. Okay, she's trying to stab you, Milos.
Okay.
No way. She natural 20s.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Yeah.
So it is
dagger.
just a dagger, but okay. So you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As she, in her writhing, the dagger actually gets you right in the jaw, and you feel it hit the bone.
Ow. Luckily, I'm still on temp HP, so it doesn't
Yes.
actually get through, but just still ow.
Still ow. That's her turn. Skolna's turn. Skolna is going to bonus action. She's going to move up here, hide again. She wants to try and get rid of this fucking snake.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's successful with a 23. She will then move up here and make another short bow attack. Attack at advantage. She rolls an 18 to hit. That hits. Roll damage plus sneak attack. Oh, yeah. She deals 18 points of damage. The snake suddenly ceases moving. It's like robotic as it just falls over.
Okay.
And Skolna looks over at Callie. Now, I'm going to end combat, but I'm going to roll another con save for Callie. One moment here. She fails. Okay, I need to roll a d6 to see what happens. A 6. Okay, she takes poison damage instead. Yeah, she takes 13 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
She's still confused, and now she's just stops and looks like she's going to be sick. Stoic says, okay, I think I have, and he will lay on hands her for 5 points to cure her. Which
Oh,
means
good.
that she is cleansed of the poison. Okay. And Stoic just kind of, okay, are you good? And Callie looks around and says, what happened to me?
The snake thing shot you with some kind of poison.
Okay, I'm going to be behind you from now on. Fucking ow. And
That's a
Sabratha nods as she gives her a cure wounds.
yeah. That was rough. All right. Well, um,
Could you imagine
once
if
you've
that thing had the jump on us?
that would have been a lot worse. Yeah.
Callie heals for fucking 20.
Damn.
As Sabratha rolls max 2d8. She rolled 16 plus 4. Skolna has
Let's...
jumped down and is going over to the snake body.
Oh, good.
As she pulls the totem off from around the snake's body, the snake disappears. And Skolna twirls
Anybody
that
know what
second
that
totem
thing
around.
was?
I'll have Callie roll an Arcana. She's the only one who doesn't have a chance. She shrugs. Some sort of construct, I guess.
All right. All right. Well,
Let's get out of here before
Yeah.
more of those show up.
good idea.
And as we go back to the map. Okay. You've succeeded on your second encounter. You will notice, for the most part, the higher the d20 for the encounter you roll, the harder the encounter will be. Now, there are
Makes
some
sense.
variables that change that, but it happens. All right, so as you prepare for your next encounter, I think we have time for one more. Go ahead and roll me a d6. A 1. Okay. Got it. Go ahead and roll me a d4. They have the advantage on you, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
And it's a 13. Okay, hold on. Let's see what you are encountering. All right. Got it. All right, so as you're making your way through you make your way past the main streets and you're heading up toward the gate to try and get to the top of the streets to find maybe a better angle or just to get out of the immediate line of fire from other giant clockwork snakes. As you are making your way, you're rounding a corner through an alley when I need your party to roll me perception checks. You are at disadvantage, unfortunately. But not
That's a
everybody is.
natural one.
Okay.
Milos has stopped to tie his boots. Clearly.
Yep. And then I need to roll this to see what the DC is. Okay. All right. So Callie has pointedly said that she is in the back, as Stoic, Sabratha, and you are kind of taking point. And as you're making your way, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from Stoic, Milos, and Sabratha. And I will show you what the map looks like.
Do I have disadvantage on saves?
No, you have disadvantage
Okay.
on ability checks.
Just ability checks. I'm sorry.
That's it, just ability checks.
I mean, I rolled shit anyway.
You do have an additional, you get to add 3 from being near Stoic.
Oh, good. So it's an 11.
It is still a failure.
Yeah.
Stoic rolled a 0, so
Wow.
he has
-1. We're both like just caught flat-footed.
Yes. Sabratha manages to get out of it, but a wire trap suddenly spins out from the ground as Stoic has triggered a tripwire and did not see it. As Sabratha managed to get out of it, I'm going to roll some damage, and it's not going to be great. I'm sorry.
Stoic go.
Okay, so you and Stoic both take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Sabratha takes 8. And that is how this encounter begins. I ask you to roll initiative as this trap goes off. And 2 contractors reveal themselves, one on the roof, one in the nearby brush as they draw weapons. They have the jump on you.
Ooh.
Okay. As combat begins, this is not a great situation to be caught in, but it could be worse, could be better.
Sure.
Okay. The first contractor from the brush is going to leap out and makes a short bow attack. At advantage on Stoic with a 24, which hits. Okay, Stoic takes 9 points of piercing damage. Stoic's really not looking good all of a sudden. And then this individual draws his short sword and runs here. He will bonus action. He's going to try and weasel the totem off him around Stoic's neck. Let's see. This is contested athletics. Stoic's pretty good at this. Stoic just slaps his hand away. It's not even close.
Stoic,
okay.
like, rude.
Yeah. And the next contractor from up on the roof leans over and is going to shoot an arrow at you, Milos, because you're pretty low. And can see you are wounded from the trap. That's a natural 1. Don't worry about it. He's still up there. It's now your turn.
All right. I'm going to use my action to drink this potion because
Yep, heal for 10.
I want the full 10 back.
have it.
And then I'm going to move
Okay.
let me just check bonus actions real quick.
Mm-hmm. You can apply Hex, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply Hex to the person fighting, and I'm gonna Hex his strength abilities.
Okay. Noted.
Ignore that there's no damage. I was just hitting the button.
Yeah, he's hexed. No worries.
And I didn't cast it at second. Well, I guess I did because I'm a warlock, so everything is the same
Yes.
level. Anyway.
It's now Sabratha's turn. Sabratha is going to consider her options. What would you have her do?
Can she get? Can she get to? I think Stoic needs heals.
Okay. She can either feed him a potion or use a spell slot.
How's she doing on spell slots?
Let's see. She has...
She's used a few.
Yeah.
And
She's used 1 second level and she's used 2 first levels.
Maybe feed him one of the potions.
Okay. It's just an action. She just shoves the vial in his mouth. Heals for 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if she has a bonus action.
Bonus action. She can Healing Word. She can Sanctuary. She can Shield of Fate. Nothing that's not a spell slot.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay. Next is Skolna. Skolna can... This guy's 10 feet above her, so they're not actually in melee. It's up to you.
So
what
there's
Skolna
no...
does.
Can she get to here so that she's flanking with Stoic and stab
easy.
this person?
She will stab with advantage. Attack at advantage. And that is a natural 20. Okay,
yeah.
crit. Plus sneak attack. Damage. Crit. 19 plus 21. She deals 40 points of damage with 1 stab.
Ooh. Rogues, man.
It's a crit.
Damn, that was good. That was
The
good.
sneak attack crit. It's the money. Skolna gets the rapier in right in between armor plates, and this contractor who looks roguish like Skolna just suddenly... and he's like wincing where that went in, and Skolna's... Sorry.
Like...
I think
Awesome.
Skolna will try with her bonus action to snake the totem off of this guy.
Why not?
With cunning action. Let's see. Okay, that's a 21. This guy has to acrobatics better than a 21. Or, yeah. Let's see. He does not. He rolls a 16. Skolna, after stabbing him with the rapier, just uses the blade of the rapier to lift the totem right up over his head. Roll me a d2. It was not the authentic totem.
Would have been cool if it was.
Would have been cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Skolna's turn. She has a fake totem. She slides that fake totem right on over her neck. Why not?
Hey, yeah.
It's now Stoic's turn. I assume Stoic will hit.
Yeah.
Okay. He's pretty unhappy about the gank that he just got.
Mm-hmm.
He has advantage. He swings. That is an 18 to hit. Does that hit this guy? It does. I didn't have to check before because it was a crit. Okay, 12 points of slashing damage. This contractor is knocked unconscious.
Great.
Stoic will then look up at this guy. He can choose to athletics climb, or he can jump and try and make it with a single move.
How high is it?
10 feet.
Yeah, I think that Stoic can do that. I mean,
All right,
I mean,
let's
if we
roll
just
athletics.
jump.
DC is going to be 12, and he rolls a 12. Okay. He
Okay.
lands up behind this guy, preventing him from easy escape. It's now Callie's turn. Callie hasn't really spent any spell slots, and is considering doing so, but it's up to you.
She hasn't done any yet, so if she has something that she wants to do with a spell slot, sure.
She is considering... What is she considering? She is an evocation wizard, so she can basically... She moves this way, and she raises her hands, and a line of fire up the roof. Let me cast it with the thing. Like that.
Nice.
And he needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He does have evasion. But he rolls a natural 1. So he will take half damage. Which is still a lot, and he's on fire. Okay, he takes 20 points of fire damage, halved. And he does not want to go that way through the fire, so he finds himself in for a fight that he cannot easily get out of. Callie
Very
just kind
good.
of smirks. And Stoic looks down and says, "Very nice," as he's like right next to it, and it like curved around him.
That spell sculpt. Very good.
Callie just smirks. This contractor is going to make a morality roll. A morale check. Let's see. Oh, he's got balls of steel. He's gonna fight Stoic.
Wow.
He has 2 attacks. Attack 1 is a 17, which does not hit. Attack 2 is a 26, which does hit. Okay, Stoic takes 8 points of piercing damage. And this guy is going to try and take Stoic's totem. Cunning action. What? Sorry, hold on. There it is. Okay, Stoic has to roll a better athletics than a 25. Jesus.
Ooh.
Stoic does not. The rogue slips the totem off from around Stoic's neck and is disappointed to see Stoic still here. The expert, that was his turn. He attacked in bonus action. He cannot disengage. Milos, you're up.
Okay, bonus action, I'm going to move my hex from the unconscious guy to the conscious guy. Still going to hex strength. And then I'm going to shoot up with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead and make your spell attack.
Yeah.
That
23.
That's super hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So roll damage, and then the 4 force damage, and then from the hex, necrotic will be... What is it? 1 second. It's a d6?
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. This guy's not looking nearly as good as I accidentally made him. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. For Hex?
Yeah.
So just a d6.
Ugh. Okay, another 4.
Okay, so 8
So
points
4
of damage.
force and 4 necrotic, yeah.
Okay. Guy's looking real bad. Sabratha will raise her hand and the sound of bells as she casts Toll the Dead. This guy needs to make a save. He rolls a 4. All right, roll damage. $12 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
He had 11 hit points. He
Down he
slumps
goes.
over unconscious. And the Scorcher is no longer here. It's not a firewall. I need to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Stoic will lean down, collect the totem.
Yeah.
That is the end of combat. And as that happens...
Good job.
That was painful. Do you think maybe we could go take a break?
Yeah, which one are we closest to here?
The Physicary,
Where?
for sure. It's right over there. You can
Yeah,
actually
let's
see
head-
it from here.
Oh, okay. Let's head in that direction then, yeah.
Okay. As you head over to the Physicary
For our first short
for
rest.
your first short rest, that is where we will stop tonight's session. But I hope you've had a good time at the Fall Festival.
Yeah, it's going good.
You can see how some of these encounters can be way worse depending who has advantage.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Uh,
That trap at the beginning of that was beastly
yes.
for,
Wire traps do 66 slashing damage.
whew.
They can be real scary. All right, so everyone at home watching, we love you, and we can't wait to see you again next week. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Yay!